morning, everyone, and welcome to the final Facebook Live for the summer. So this is going to be our last one until the middle of August. So it's going to be strange not getting up on a Wednesday and chatting to you guys live on air. And I suppose what I will be doing, for those of you who maybe missed last week, I'm going to be posting out my motivation interviews, and they will be starting in the next week or so. So we'll start pushing those out, series 3. You can check out series 1 and 2 as well. We'll put a link in there for you to have a look. But so they'll be replacing this Facebook Live. Today's kind of overcast and dull. Apparently, according to the radio, it's going to get hotter here in Ireland than Lanzarote. Not looking like it at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see how the day goes. As always, I want to say thank you to everybody who supports the Patreon page, patreon.com/the Al O'Donovan Podcasts. You guys make this happen, which is fantastic. Please keep supporting. We've got some possible exciting news coming up very soon around some new podcasts that we'll be posting out, so keep an eye on that. But in the meantime, keep doing this one, keep doing the motivation ones, and keep letting me know what you guys think. Today is a big mug all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you, Lisa Marie, who's currently in Drogheda. I hope you're having a good time. So I was thinking today, I've had a number of questions sent to me over the last few weeks around what do I do with my kids for the summer. So instead of answering questions, what I thought would be maybe a bit more beneficial would be to break it all down. And we'll take each group of young people and look at what are the things you guys can do as parents with them, and see how that works out. And you can let me know what you think of this. Morning, Anita. Morning, Jennifer. I hope you guys are well. So, Jennifer, can you take some of the heat from here? Yeah, absolutely. We'll take some of that heat. No bother. Look, what we're going to do is just break it all up, like I said. So, let's kick off with toddlers and those young kids. And toddlers, I suppose, are a funny little group all on their own, aren't they? They're the type of kids who will just go and go and go and go all the time. And they can be very, very difficult to contain. So sometimes you can just open the back door and let them go and just let them have so much fun and so much entertainment. So there might not be things that you can do. There might be a few bits though that will maybe take the pressure off you a bit, because I think one of the big things for a lot of parents is coming up with what do I do? Because I suppose what we're having to think about is not only are we looking forward to the summer, because everybody wants a break. Everyone's ready for a break. Your kids are ready for a break. You're ready for a break. And then they get home and you're relieved and you're kind of, oh, okay, it's a great opportunity to get a break from the normal routine. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, what do I do? What do we do with them? How do we keep them entertained? Because there's so much to do, or there's so little to, or I have to do all the normal stuff anyway. The washing still needs to be done, the cooking still needs to be done, the cleaning still needs to be done, the ironing still needs to be done. Food has to be given to these children to keep them sustained. So it can be a bit of a double-edged sword in some ways. So some of the things that you can do is look at the routine. So toddlers and kind of younger kids who maybe that 4, 5, kind of 6 years of age, try as best as possible to keep that normal routine going in terms of the normal kind of lunch times, the normal kind of dinner times, normal bed times, within reason. Like obviously it's the summer, everyone wants to take a break, but it is important to keep that routine so that they know when are the times that they can start to wind down, because they would be the normal wind down times. So things like if your child has a bath every night or a shower every night, keep that going. If you have story time every night, keep that going if you can. So the routine is going to be important for these guys, because what can happen is, and it's a normal reaction for any of us, is to go, right, school's out, let's just completely chill out, which is absolutely fine. And then we get to August, September time, and it's like, oh my God, how do I get them back into a routine before they go back to school? Because they've been, the routine is completely gone out the window. So trying to, keeping that little bit of structure for them can be helpful for everybody during the summer. So that there are times where the kids are going to be winding down, or chilling out, where they're maybe watching some TV or a movie or something like that, where they get to switch off. Because, like I said, toddlers and younger kids, they can keep going all the time. Go, 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 until they crash. And usually just before they crash, there's maybe tears, or, knocking the older brother or sister or whatever it might be. And an argument starts, and then all of a sudden everybody's tired from the day, and there's disagreements going on, and somebody's been sent to bed early, and we don't want that. So try and keep the routine as best as possible. Then the simple things. Summer doesn't have to cost a fortune. That's the big thing. So there are tons of summer camps all over the place. Like, literally, life has never been this opportunistic in terms of the amount of camps that kids can go on for the summer, or things that they can do during the summertime. It's never been better. Some of those things are very expensive, some of them are mildly expensive, some of them are quite cheap, and some of them are free. Excuse me. So there are plenty of opportunities for you guys to go out and find things for your kids to do that won't cost a fortune. So there will be summer camps. Maybe your child's in creche, maybe your child has started school this year, or is maybe in junior infants. There's a good chance that maybe your school or creche are running a summer camp. Let them do that, because they're getting that time with their friends as well. And it's not all on you. You don't have to be your child's parent and friend and decision maker around what games to play. So doing those summer camps can be really good. And, okay, sometimes the cost can be a bit kind of prohibitive, but maybe looking at the cost of it and going, well, actually, for my sanity and their sanity and the goodness of the house, the good mental state of the house, they can go on whatever camp it might be. So there are plenty of camps that they can do. But look at simple things like paddling pools. Kids love paddling pools. No matter how bloody cold it is outside, they will run around in their swimming gear and splash in and out and splash each other and splash you. And that's okay. Get some water pistols. Those kind of things, if that's what you're kind of into. And don't be afraid to get wet yourself, because your kids are going to love drenching you, and they're going to remember that. It's going to be a big memory that they're going to have for the rest of their life. That summer, or those summers where, mum or dad used to just come out and play, and we get soaked and we have fun and run around. It was great fun. So things like, and even if it's not that warm, even if you're going to be cold, that's okay. As long as you, again, keep the boundary of, when I'm in my normal clothes, we don't shoot, we don't get wet. But when we're, in the summer clothes, then we can get wet. Hello, Jess. Welcome to your first live Facebook. It's good to see it. There are a few other things that you can do with your kind of toddlers and younger kids. Learn to cycle a bike, if you have the time. Like, if you're a stay-at-home parent, and I suppose that some of the stuff we're going to be talking about is those parents who are staying at home, but teach them how to cycle. Even if you don't have a bike, even if you don't have the money to buy a bike for your kids, you can get a loan of a bike. Surely you know someone who could loan you a bike. If you live on a street, maybe you can have a chat with one of the parents and just say, look, we're not kind of sure, what kind of bike to get our child. Is it okay if we kind of borrow this bike for a little while, and teach them how to cycle? Fantastic. And whoever forgets how to cycle. Painting days. Get those big sheets, even get a roll of kind of cheap wallpaper and, hand prints. Let them make a mess. That's okay. Cookery, make Rice Krispie buns, that kind of thing. They all take time, but if you plan these in advance as best as possible, then you can structure it so that I know I have this block of time that I can let them paint and set up the paint and clean up the paints afterwards. Or whatever it might be. If you have a back wall, can you get chalk paint, right? Paint the back wall with chalk paint and let them spend all day with chalk, writing pictures, drawing pictures on the walls. Really simple. And chalk paint, isn't the most expensive thing. If that's not possible, look at going visiting family, having day trips out where you jump on a bus or jump on a train if you normally drive everywhere. So it's a new experience. Go to the park, let them run around, organise play dates, that kind of thing, and learn to swim. Maybe you can teach your kids how to swim or take them for swimming lessons during the summer so that they can start that process, because swimming is one of those life skills that is absolutely immeasurable in the benefit for their safety, for potential future income. Like, how many people do we know that end up becoming lifeguards at kind of 15, 16, 17 because they've learned how to swim as kids? Really simple, really easy to do, and fantastic fun. So they're the toddlers. Now, if you are a working parent, can you give these ideas to whoever's looking after your child? So if they're not in a creche, if they're staying with a grandparent, if they're staying with a sibling or a friend, give them some ideas. Give them some of these ideas of things that you can do, and make sure that they have the facility and are up for it as well, because they may not. So just check in with them. But look at the summer camps as well, because again, your child may spend a lot of time with their grandparents. That's good for the grandparents to have a break as well. So let the kids go and do a summer camp where the grandparents don't have to look after them for ages and ages and ages. So give those a go. Right. Try it out. It's amazing how much time kids will spend, digging up dirt or playing or getting dirty. That's okay. It's absolutely okay, because you teach, you build up your child's immunity, but you're letting them explore the world around them, because they're just learning. All of a sudden, they've gone from being this little kid, this baby, to, oh my God, there's a big bad world out there. Let them explore it within reason. Give them parameters, give them boundaries. It's really important, but it's easily done. Okay, so we're moving on to then the older kids and the kind of pre-teens. Again, summer camps. They don't have to be expensive. There are tons of youth clubs and organisations around the place that run relatively inexpensive programs because they're subsidised. Let your child try whatever they want. There might be times where they go and do something and they don't like it. They come back and go, this is rubbish. They do it for the week and they never do it again. That's all right. Let them try it out. If they don't like it, they don't like it. But again, they're committing to it for the week because you've paid for it. But let them try things out. Can you buy football nets, or even make them yourself? Get your kids involved and make them with you, so they can take a ball and go kick about. Even if they're not that big into football, just let them go and kick about, and you join in with them. You take part. You play football with them. It's so much fun to just break from the norm and just do something different. And it's amazing when the kids see you enthusiastic about something that you want to do with them. They might give it a go. They could be open to giving it a try and see how things work out. An outdoor chalk. Going back to the chalk board, but buy them tons of chalk. Fantastic idea here. One of the local schools, I don't know what the reason was or how they worked out, but they gave every kid a tube of chalk, outdoor chalk, and some games like tic-tac-toe, hopscotch, different ideas for games that the kids can draw. Like, outside my house right now is covered in chalk, and it is brilliant because the kids just sit down for hours on end, drawing, playing games that, they're all the fun games that kids played for years and years and years. It's just that they're in control of it, so that they can actually draw it out and then do something else, draw funny pictures, whatever it might be. It's so inexpensive, and it can give hours and hours of fun. And if it's raining, it'll wash away the chalk and they come back and do it again the next day and it's dry. It's fantastic. What else we got? Can they get involved in helping their grandparents or relatives? So, a lot of people do gardening at the summertime. Can your kids go and help out granny or granddad or auntie or uncle or whoever gardening? Again, they're getting dirty, they're exploring the world, and they're helping out. And it doesn't have to be for anything, it's just to spend time with their grandparents, but it could be fun. So let them try that. Cookery. Again, you need to set time aside, know that there's going to be a mess and that you're probably going to have to clean up most of it afterwards. doesn't matter. It's the process that matters. It's not the end product. So can they do some baking? Can they cook some dinner with you? It's amazing how kids, once they get involved, they're up for it. They'll give it a go, and you're teaching them life skills, which is absolutely immeasurable, so that they will know how to cook something for themselves when they get older and get up and leave. So when it becomes part of the normal routine, they just get used to it. So it's worth giving it a go. Can you do make and do projects? Again, you don't have to spend a fortune. You can get some old pieces of wood and make a bird box. Make anything you want. Make them a box to put their toys into, and that they get involved in helping you and doing it with you. Again, it's a lovely time. And it's amazing at this stage when the communication starts and they start talking about what's going on in their day and what's going on in their lives, when they're actually doing something, and it doesn't have to cost a fortune. But then you can, if you have a few quid, you can go and get things like little makey-makeys. If you don't know what that is, look it up. They are brilliant, where kids learn to code at a very young level or easy level, but it's fun. It's so much fun. They're making like little banana keyboards and stuff. It's great fun. I've used it for years with kids, and they love it, absolutely love it. So there are things that they can do, and you'll find that they'll fall into a rabbit hole of programming things and, look, this is what I've made, Mum, this is what I've made, Dad. And it's a lot of fun. And again, you're teaching them skills, you're giving them a new avenue that they can start to kind of go, this is actually really interesting, I'm really interested into it. And if they're not, that's okay, but you're trying something different. Then you can look at sports camps. You may not have a sporty child, that's okay, but there are so many different sports and so many different options for sports, and it doesn't have to be the traditional ones in your area. It could be other ones, and there are lots of people who do run them. Let them try it out. It could be fun. And then the teenagers, those lovely, lovely teenagers. Summer camps again. There are tons of summer camps for kids. They may well be coming to you, for teenagers, they may well be coming to you saying, I want to do this one, I want to do this one because my friends are doing it. Great, let them do it. Let them go for it. There are tons of other youth clubs around the place. They run activities during the summer to keep kids occupied, and especially teenagers. Now, you might be sitting there going, my teenager gets up at 12 o'clock and is straight on the phone all day. But that's where you may need to look at putting boundaries in place where you take that back that control, and they can't just do what they want all day. Now, you want to have a bit of a balance where that they are getting their downtime, because teenagers need more sleep, they are more emotional, all that kind of stuff. Their hormones are flying all over the place, so you do want to give them that little bit of space. But it's also important to make sure that they are not just lazing around. And that's up to you, because if they start lazing around at 13, 14, there's a good chance they'll be lazing around at 15, 16, 17, and we don't want that either. Which leads me on to the next point, volunteering. Find an opportunity for your teenagers to get involved in voluntary work, whether that is with an organisation or whether it is with relatives or friends or whatever it might be, but that they're doing something for other people. My kids' primary school allow past participants to come back, or past students to come back and help out cleaning classrooms. Really simple, really easy. They have fun, they're out from under your feet, and they are contributing something to other people. What they gain from it is absolutely immeasurable. It's such a huge thing, and very, very easily done. I know in Drogheda this year there's been a big push on to get teenagers involved in volunteering at the Fleadh Festival, which is, makes perfect sense. And I was at a meeting recently about it, and the ideas are just fantastic for teenagers. The opportunities, and then they may find something that they're going to go, actually, I want to get into this line of work because it's really, really enjoyable. Then you have, if you've got a kid who's 14, 15, 16, can they get a summer job? Will someone let them work for you? So obviously 14 and 15, they're too young to earn a wage, but can they work, in inverted commas, for a relative? So somebody that they help out doing little bits and pieces, that may not be possible. But when they are in the age, where that they can go and actually earn a living wage, help them get the job. Do you know somebody who can get a job, or who would give them a job? Do you know someone who might give them some work during the summer? Help them find that job. It is huge for them to feel that they have something to contribute going forward. And then set them a task. If they play an instrument, say to them, right, pick one song. That's going to be the song you're going to learn this summer. If they're into art, okay, give me an idea, or you give them an idea, come up with a piece of art and see how you get on. Whatever it might be, whatever they're interested in. If they're into sport, okay, I want you to do 100 keepy uppies or score 100 baskets in a row, and set them a little challenge. Give them a little prize if you want. Let them try it out. Get them involved in painting your house if your house needs painting. Get them involved in digging up. But do take that control. And as I've said all the way through, boundaries. Look at the boundaries. If they're pushing the boundaries, pull them back in. Give them consequences, but it can be as fun as possible. Summer is busy. It's busy for everyone. We think it's a big break because school has been so busy, but summer is busy. Try to take as much stress off yourself as possible and have some fun and enjoy it as best you can. I hope that's of some use to people. Hope to some new ideas that maybe you didn't have. Maybe you have them all. Fantastic. Have a wonderful summer, guys. And I will be back on the 21st of August to chat to you again. Take care.